So let's talk about ViPR Object Data Service. It supports RESTful APIs, as we mentioned, Atlas API, OpenStack Swift, and S3. The ViPR Object Data Service is very similar to the S3 model, but lets an enterprise use their existing file-based storage to store their object data. Users create buckets in the ViPR Object Data Service, just like they would in Amazon S3. Buckets provide logical segregation, and buckets can grow and shrink on demand. That actual object data are distributed across the existing file-based arrays, such as EMC VNX, Isilon, or even third-party NetApp file arrays. Now, the same application written to the S3 standard can work on ViPR, without the need to rewrite applications or invest in new hardware. With ViPR, you can offer the same easy self-service access to storage in the S3 Object Data Service as any public cloud provider. However, you're using enterprise-grade infrastructure, which is within IT's control and compliance. So in this example, we'll show you how an enterprise could enable their existing file-based infrastructure to support an application that's been written to the S3 API. So right now we're in the ViPR admin user interface, and we'll take a quick look at our virtual assets and the virtual pools that we're drawing on. So I just wanted to point out here, we're drawing on the high performance file pool today, which is supported by Isilon storage, as you can see here. Now, if we head over to the Data Services tab, I'll walk you through some of the features available through ViPR. So first, we're going to create a new object storage pool. We're just going to call this new object pool, Object Pool, and then call it Object Data Service Pool. And hit save. And our object storage pool is loaded. Next, we'll create a data store, and we'll call it Object Data Store. And now we're associating it with the high performance file virtual storage pool and the object pool that we just created. So we'll hit save and continue. And now our object data store is loaded. Let's look at tenant configuration. So we have a fictitious tenant here called Rainpool, and we're utilizing the object pool that we just created for an engineering project. Now, next, let's jump to our data store keys. So right now we're logged in as the root user, and the key we generated is called a secret key. Here on ViPR, it's called a data store key. ViPR Object Services creates this data store key, which you'll see in the next step as we'll leverage in the Amazon client for this secret key. So now we're looking at the S3 client. And with this S3 browser, you can hit Amazon's S3 Cloud, or anything written to Amazon's API can hook into this. So let's touch on how we're logging into ViPR and talking to ViPR. So you can see that this .31 is the ViPR data node, which we're accessing directly from the S3 client. You don't need to change your S3 API interfaces or rewrite your application because these applications can talk directly to ViPR. Just to show you the key mapping, I'm going to open this account, which we've called Rainpool. When you click on the secret access key, it's the same as what we've seen in the ViPR GUI, so we're doing private cloud object on file. So this key is matching up to what's in ViPR. All right, so let's cancel out here. And this is how you create a new bucket. So we're just going to create an object and upload an image. Call it Object Lab. Create a new bucket, great. So let's say our application is written to NetApp using S3. Now with ViPR, this application won't be tied to what it's using on the back end. So I'm just going to upload the file on the desktop, Rainpool image. as you can see, that took no time to upload. And you can actually enable file access, modify the file object, disable file access, and view the new modified object through the S3 browser.